viejo barrio, barrio viejo. Solo hay lugares parejos.
Barrio Anita was a sprawling neighborhood, and we were happy people. We played hard, we prayed hard, we loved one another, and we helped one another.
I was born and raised in South Tucson, also known as Barrio Libre. And again, the center of the community included the Catholic churches. It included some of the entertainment venues.
I lived right next door to the Temple of Music and Art, so downtown was so much part of my life.
When you went into Mayor Street, you kind of felt that you were in old Mexico.
Barrio Anita had Ori Park. It had a Davis School, elementary school, and it had Holy Family Church.
And everybody knew each other. We were all playing in the streets because there was hardly any traffic.
There were two main barrios, Barrio Historico, adjacent to the town area, and Barrio Anita. There was divided on the west side by the railroad tracks on one side, and Tucson's sanitary disposal on the other side, the city dump, in other words.
When I was just a little boy, my mom, my dad, Aunt Clara and her husband, my mom's sister, Aunt Julia and Ralph were together. They all lived in the same house. Sure. And there was none of this, you know what I mean? It was dirt. It was dirt and no air conditioning, no light or whatever. And the only guy there that worked was my grandpa. And he worked for the city of Tucson for the water department. He made $18 a month.
Two things went through the barrios: the canals, irrigation canals, and the railroads. And the sequía, there was a swimming pool.
If it wouldn't have been for Ori Park, I think I would have ended up in Florence with the rest of my buddies that I used to run around with around Ori Park. During football, I'd go out there and throw my football around. During basketball, I'd do the same thing. Baseball.
They played ball, and boy, they had those teams in the Ori Park. They had the Ori Park Tigers and the Barrio Libre, which Barrio Historico, had the Aztecs. The Aztecs of Barrio Libre, and they were competitors in that.
There was a lot of Chinese stores at the time.
The closest grocery stores for me, for my cousins, for anybody I knew, were run by Chinese families. And we had two, and this is how I knew them: Chino Henry and Chino Tom.
We lived in a barrio where there were about three or four Chinese families. The Lo family, and then the one that we called Chino Loco. He was real funny.
During the Second World War, rationing was upon us, and there was everything ration: sugar, meat, tobacco, just about everything was rationed. So there wasn't any meat. So won't believe. We call him Chino Loco because he did so many crazy things. So just for a joke, he would put lumber where the meat should be, and maybe a brick or two, lumber and logs in there. And the customer came and say, "Hey, Loco, I want some meat. I want some meat." "No meat, no meat," he says. "No meat. Lumber, bricks, you buy,
And Willie. And then there was another across the tracks, Sunnyside.
Every neighborhood had a Chinaman store, and the Chinos were pretty good because they would give you credit. They would give the families credit to buy their daily bread, so to speak. And a lot of Chinos could rattle off in Spanish as well as we could.